got the picture though. Yeah.
All right, so I think the screen is set up. Do you have your phone?
It's low battery. I do have it. It's only got like 10%, so it won't probably last through.
No, I just need to check to see if I'm okay. All right, let me look here.
So check that one out. See if you like the angle and.
Yeah, no, it's not as good as last week. It's better, but it was too late. Everybody was already set up.
It's going to be a great view in the back. Would they stay like that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wow. There's a lot of them. I had it over there. I couldn't capture as much.
Why? What do you want to do?
Oh! I just didn't know if you wanted to get it out of the way right away.
Well, I'm wondering, maybe I'll look up something on the way because I'm wondering if something would be, because you can go anywhere. I don't have to go.
Yeah, because that's what Nick, I thought ours was pretty sure it is.
Well, yeah.
And then he went,
Just slide back a couple feet, please.
Absolutely.
you know what? Better?
Well, that changes everything.
Oh, you don't need me?
No, she was just in front of she was right in front of me where I put the camera.
Oh, thanks. No, I think it's the room bell.
Oh, Jonna. Oh,
And I think mine's the only one left.
Well, there's another good one that was on their side.
It was on the bottom of my phone. But look, you know, that was back when it was lifeguards.
Yeah, I guess I have done that.
And they sounded like yeah. Because they might have the guy in the
It was so luckily it's staying away for now. As long as it stays away for an hour, I'm gonna
oh yeah, there was nothing on the radar,
no, nothing.
and the sun should be coming out soon.
The fight group I do Flo rides with is doing a Halloween ride tonight, so that's my last exciting thing at the end of the day.
Nice full moon tonight.
Oh yeah, it
I'm
should
gonna
be beautiful.
relax a little bit during the day, get a pedicure, go to the gym, take a nice palm ride. That's how exciting my Halloween is. Start with yoga and we're doing too much renovation around the house. I don't want people trampling in my yard, honestly. There's a dumpster out there.
So, good morning, everybody. Namaste. Thank you for your patience. Well, I got the technical difficulties all worked out. And good morning to everybody out watching our live stream this morning. Welcome to yoga on Bunche Beach. So, how's everybody doing? Obviously, there's a lot of tension in the air with things that are happening. And yoga, you know, we tend to think about yoga as stretching and putting our bodies into all sorts of different positions. But yoga's more about what's going on internally. You may have heard that the term yoga, the word yoga, refers to unity, bringing things together. One of the great problems we have in our society is a separative mind. Yoga helps us to realize our connection to everyone around us, to nature. That's the unity we're talking about, where you recognize yourself as being part of everything. And unfortunately, this separative consciousness has become so divisive. The us and them. What we think is right, what you think is wrong, all of that comes from this separative consciousness. If you can see the people around you as part of your human family, instead of labeling them with a color, it brings us to a point of wanting to understand and recognize that we're all Americans, we're all humans, etc. These base concepts that we should be coming from, not our ideas and our opinions. We give our ideas and our opinions far too much weight, and it drives people apart. So if we can be more centered in our beingness, and looking and recognizing, perceiving the connections between us instead of the differences. So that's one of the gifts that a yoga practice can provide. So I hope that you get a little taste of that this morning. Okay, whatever kind of a comfortable seated position works for you. Just take a moment to sort of roll the shoulders up and back and around one way and then the other way. And then drop the shoulders down. Let your hands rest on your knees or in your lap, preferably with the palms facing upwards. Close the eyes. Relax the muscles of your face. Notice if you've been clenching your jaw or if you have any tension in your forehead or temples. Relax your belly. And let your breath reach down deep into your abdomen. Take in the sound of the surf. The birds. Feel the caress of the breeze and enjoy that fresh air. Let yourself fully arrive here and now. Notice if your thoughts are elsewhere. If you're still thinking about something that had happened, or something that may or may not happen. And see if you can let go of that. At least for this hour that we're together. See if you can practice presence. Using all the sensory information coming from your body, coming from the sense organs in the head, to help you stay anchored in the moment. Another anchor is the breath. Begin to follow the in and out flow of your breath. Notice where the air enters the body, the tip of the nostrils or the lips. And see if you can feel that caress of air as it moves against the skin there. And then follow the path that the breath takes as it goes down the throat, through the bronchioles and into the lungs. Feel your inner body expand with that incoming fresh breath. And then see if you can relax your belly and let the breath reach down deep so that even the navel inflates outwards. With each exhalation, relax. Let go of whatever was. Let go of what might be. And let yourself be here now with what is, this gorgeous setting we're in. Let yourself begin to melt the perceived boundaries between yourself and nature. The very same full moon that we'll have tonight affects the tides, affects the fluids in our body. And let yourself check in. Allow your awareness to scan through your body and notice if there's any particular places that are speaking to you right now. Notice any areas where there's some discomfort. But don't get caught up in labeling or following the story about the sensations. Just feel the sensations. Places in the body that feel strong. And continuing to follow the flow of the breath. Exhale, blow it all out. And with your next inhalation, begin to allow your arms to float out to the sides and then up overhead. And imagine you are reaching for the rungs of a ladder. Reach up through the right side, reach up through the left side. As you reach up through the right fingers, feel that stretch come all the way down the side of the body. Likewise, on the left side. And then bring the palms of the hands together. Interlace your fingers and turn your palms up towards the sky. Lift through the heels of the hands. Take a breath in. And exhale. Arch lightly towards the right. And then inhale, bring it up to center. And arch over to the other side. Deep breaths. Come up to center. And one more time, each side. Now as you go to the right, see if you can direct your breath more into that left lung. Use the inhalation to help accentuate the stretch. You breathe into the areas where you're looking to create openness and space. And inhale, bring yourself back up. Exhale, other side. So now the breath comes more into the right lung. See if you can imagine breathing through the ribs. And then inhale, bring yourself back up. We'll drop the fingers now to the top of the shoulders and begin to make some circles in the air with your elbows. And notice the movement in the shoulder. See if you can feel the upper arm bone, the shoulder blade, your collarbones. Notice any difference from one shoulder to the other. And slowly begin to expand the circles of the elbows. And notice any particular places where there's some tightness or resistance. Keep the head upright. See if you can imagine the neck lifting up out of the collarbones. Now reach the arms out to the sides, and we'll begin to sweep the arms back and forth across the chest. Let the right arm come under the left arm. Let the left arm come under the right arm. And then the next time that the right arm comes under the left arm, we're going to take hold. Walk your fingers a little bit more into the shoulders. See if you can feel that opening in the upper back. And now begin to make some circles in the air with the elbows. And notice how that feels. See if you can feel that space between the shoulder blades and send the breath in there. Opening up the back of the heart. And feel that sort of internal massage that happens in the shoulders. Now press down through the elbows and see if you can bring your forearms upright. Perhaps fingers of one hand wrapping around the other. And now make circles with the arms. And notice how that feels in the shoulders. And go back and forth in any way that really feels like it gets into a tight or stuck area. And then release. Bring the hands down level with the hips and just kind of shake them out. Bring the arms out to shoulder height, shake out the hands, let the elbows be nice and loose. Then float the arms overhead. Shake them out, let them be nice and loose. And then once again, sweeping the arms back and forth across the chest. And now this time, the left comes under the right. Walk the fingers around. See if this feels any different as you begin to make circles with the elbows. Circling one way and around the other way. Breathe and feel. Stay connected to the breath and the sensations in the body. Just enjoy the stretches and the movement. Too often, all of our activity is guided by the mind, and we lose touch with the body. This is an opportunity to sort of reinforce your friendship with your physical self. And then press down through the elbows, forearms come up, see if you can wrap fingers around as you begin to make some circles with the forearms. then once again, we'll release the arms, shake out the hands, shake out the shoulders. And then once again, arms come up, shoulder height, palms facing down. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, we're going to turn towards the right, bringing the left hand across to the right knee and wrapping the right arm around behind the back. Lift up through the crown of the head, nice long spine that's perpendicular to the ground. And then looking over that right shoulder, pressing back through the right shoulder blade. Breathe. Feel the openness in the right side of the chest. Feel how the left side of the chest is compressed. Breathe and feel. The inhalation helping us to lift, and the exhalation perhaps facilitating the rotation. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, relax, release back around in front. Now, just pause for a moment. Notice the difference between the way the right side feels and the left side feels. So once again, the arms come out to shoulder height. Reach through the right fingers, reach through the left fingers. Take a breath in, and this time exhale and rotate around towards the left. Okay, there's the sun. Right hand to left knee, left arm around behind the back. Breathe into it. Inhale, lengthening, exhaling, perhaps twisting just a little bit more. Take a big breath in, hold it for a moment. And then exhale and release. Take a moment to feel that release. Cindy, could you grab my sunglasses in the front pocket there? Okay, now we're going to sit with the legs extended out in front. They're probably ready to start a little bit of movement. Thank you. Just jogging the knees a little bit. Rocking the legs a little bit from side to side. And then we'll do another twist. We're going to bend the right knee, bring it up towards the chest, place the hands around the shin, take a breath in, and now exhale, just come towards the knee and see if you can drop your chin there. Just a simple little stretch here for the spine. Then come back up, and we'll place that right foot to the outside of the left knee. The left hand is going to be on the outside of the right knee, and we bring the right arm up at about shoulder height. Now see if you can bring the shoulders level. Reach out through those right fingers, take a breath in, and now once again we sweep that right arm out and around along the horizon. Bring the right hand down behind you, and then wrap the left arm tighter around that right knee. And we turn to look over the right shoulder. And then inhale, lengthen up. Bring the arm up behind you. and reach the arm around, back and front. And feel that release. And then reach out with the right leg, and we'll repeat on the left side. So now left foot, bend the knee, bring the hands around the shin, inhale, lengthen up, and then exhale, drop your chin towards your knee. May feel a little stretch in the lower back or in the neck. And then inhale, come up, and we bring that left foot over to the outside of the right knee. The right hand coming on top, coming to the outside of the left knee. As the left arm comes up, now level the shoulders, breathe in. And as you breathe out, reach that arm around and back behind. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of the head as you turn to the left, perhaps wrapping that right arm a little bit more around that left knee if it's appropriate for you. More is not necessarily better. Now the back hand, you're not leaning back into it. You want that left hand to be close to the base of the spine so it's helping you to be upright. We're pressing out through the right foot. We're pressing down through the left foot. It's a very active pose. And breathe. Spinal twists have innumerable health benefits. One of the best is that it helps to quiet the central nervous system, down-regulating our sympathetic reaction, the fight or flight. Inhale, bring the arm up behind. Exhale it back around in front. And then release the arm. Lengthen the leg. Jog the legs a little bit. And then from here, in whatever way you'd like, we'll come up into a standing position. Okay. Do this one. All right, let's just a little bit. Okay, let's do this. Oh, there we go. Okay, so palms of the hands together. Bring your feet close together. Good. And just take a moment, rock your weight just a little bit forwards, just a little bit back on the heels. Exhale the breath out. Feel the connection between your feet and the ground. Feel yourself really connected to the earth. Exhale the breath out. Tuck the tailbone under slightly. Your ears are over your shoulders are over your hips are over your ankles. Now with your next inhalation, we float the arms up and overhead. Interlace the fingers and extend the index fingers. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, begin to arch yourself lightly over to the right. Inhale, come up a little bit. Exhale, settle back into that stretch. Now as your torso is going to the right, the left hip is pressing out to the left. The arms are in line with the ears, and we're lengthening the torso up out of the waist. Breathe. Feel your core muscles engaging. Inhale, bring it back up to center. Exhale, other side. And breathe. Check. See if your pelvis is back over the ankles. Shoulders over the pelvis, ears in line with the shoulders. Inhale, bring it back up. And exhale, release the arms. Sweep them back around behind you. Bring the palms of the hands together. Interlace your fingers. Send your knuckles towards the ground behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift the chin and look up, opening the chest, opening the throat. And just breathe like this. See if you can send a little bit more expansion into the upper chest, around the collarbones, the base of the throat. See if you can breathe into your thyroid gland, the thymus. Next inhalation, come back up. We'll release the hands, sweep the hands out to the sides at shoulder height. Now, bend the knees softly, and then hinge at the hips, lifting the tailbone and coming forwards. And then just come forwards into a ragdoll position. Let your arms hang. Let your torso begin to sway a little bit from one side to the other. Breathe. Bend one knee and then the other one. As you feel that stretch going through the calf, the hamstrings, maybe the buttock. And then bending the knees a lot. We're going to press into the feet and slowly round the upper body up. Slowly the head comes up last. And just pause for a moment. Notice how you feel. Take in the sensations in the legs, the torso, the head, the neck, the shoulders, the arms. Good. Okay, so we're going to continue movements like that. Feet close together. Again, rock back and forth from heels to toes. Activate the feet. You can even lift the toes and curl them back down so that they're almost like fingers gripping the ground. Now, shoulders up and back and down, palms of the hands next to the thighs. Tuck the tailbone under. Breathe in, breathe out. And once again, the arms come out to the sides. The palms turn to face upwards as they lift up through shoulder height. And this time, keep the arms parallel and about shoulder width. Imagine you are holding a globe between your hands. Take a breath in and exhale, arching to the right. Reach those right fingertips. Inhale, come back up. Exhale to the left. Reach through the fingertips. Inhale, come back up. Palms of the hands now are going to come together. Interlace those fingers. Take a breath in, firm the buttocks, and we're going to come into a light back bend, just a little bit. Focus on lifting your chin and chest with a slight forward movement of the pelvis. Don't focus on bending back, focus on the lift of chin and chest and pelvis slightly forwards. Take a breath in, exhale, up and forwards as you release the hands out to the sides. Do sort of a swan dive. We'll come halfway with the head and the heart level. Right arm reaching out to the right, left arm to the left. Bend the knees slightly, press your tailbone back behind you as you bring your torso parallel to the ground. Feel the work in the body, especially those thighs, maybe the arms. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, fold forward the rest of the way, the belly onto the thighs, and then the hands wrap around behind the legs. And then see if you can engage your arms to draw your belly tighter against the thighs as you press the crown of the head towards the ground. And then release the arms, bring them straight out to the sides. Once again, in our halfway position, our swan dive position. And then inhale, come up the rest of the way. Sweep the hands now to the lower buttocks. Press the elbows towards each other. And once again, a back bend. And now with the support of the hands, you may be able to come into the back bend a little bit more. Inhale, lifting chin and chest. Take a breath in. Exhale, come back up the center and release the arms. And again, take a moment to check in. We want to really receive the physiological benefits of those poses. And sometimes, often, we do one thing while we're already thinking about the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. This is a great practice to just pause and breathe and feel as we work our way through these various movements that create energetic and circulatory changes in the body. So it's nice to acknowledge, to really receive, to integrate those physiological shifts that occur with the asanas or yoga poses. Okay, let's step the feet wider than the hips. And we'll turn our toes in and the heels out. Now we're going to make a couple of big circles with the arms. Just get them nice and loose. Circle them one way, the other way. And then hands come back. Interlace the fingers. Send your knuckles down towards the ground. Now, which set of fingers are in front of the other fingers? I heard that. We'll switch now. And doesn't that feel weird?
Yeah.
Feels like you're holding somebody else's hand, right?
Feels hard to do.
So now, reach down through the shoulders once again. Press back through the hands. Take a breath in. And exhale, reach yourself forwards and down. And let your torso sway a little bit from side to side as you bring a nice stretch into those hamstrings. Relax the head. And imagine that all of your stress, all of your worries, breathing out of the head and melting off your shoulders. Perhaps bringing your hands a little bit more forward over the body. And then imagine someone lifting you up by the wrists. Come back up. Release the hands and just take a moment to feel the shift in circulation. The head sort of draining back into the rest of the body. And hopefully, along with that, a little bit quieter mind. Okay, feet stay in this position, but we're going to rotate the right toes out. And they'll keep the left toes rolled in slightly. And you want to have a nice wide stance here. Now, just bend that right knee for a second. Make sure that it's bending out over the knee. Make sure it's pointing out over the toes. And then we'll straighten that leg. Bring the arms up to shoulder height. Reach through the right fingers, reach through the left fingers, inhale. And exhale, reach out over the leg. And then drop the right hand, raise the left arm. And then look up at the sky. If that gives you a challenge with your balance, you can look down. As you reach the fingers in opposite directions. The right finger is reaching towards the sky. left fingers towards the ground. Feel yourself firmly rooted through the active and strong legs. And then inhale, reaching up through that left arm, coming back up to center. Arms stay up. We'll rotate the feet in the opposite direction. So now the left toes turn out, the right toes turn in. Once again, check the knee. Make sure that your knee is going to travel out over the toes. And ideally, the left heel lines up with your right instep. Everybody looks like they're there. Straighten that left leg. Arms are straight out to the sides, level with the horizon. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, we're gonna send the left fingertips towards the left, reaching out over that leg. You want to keep the knee firm. We're not bending the knee. Good. Keep that right quadricep muscle nice and strong. Reach out to the sides a little bit more, and then swivel the arms. Right arm reaching up, left arm reaching down, looking up at the sky in Trikonasana, our triangle pose. This is a pose that is quite metaphoric. Here we are, firmly rooted to the earth, yet we're reaching towards the heavens. And then inhale up. Relax the arms. And just listen to your arms right now as they go. Good. Okay, let's do one more. We're going to once again turn the feet towards the right. Now we're going to do a similar movement, but this time we are going to bend the knee into a lunge. So once again, arms come straight out. Check your alignment. Ears, shoulders, arms, hips. Now we're going to bend that right knee, but not further than the ankle. Make sure you don't bring the knee out. And make sure your foot is straight out to the side and you're not torquing your knee. That's it. Yeah, straight out. That's it. Good. So again, make sure the knee bends so that it's out over the toes. Take a breath in. Exhale, bend the knee. See if you can bring the thigh relatively parallel to the ground if that's available to you. And we're going to look out over those right fingertips. See if you can drop between the legs, maybe spreading the legs a little bit further. This is more about strength in the lower body. Feel the connection, an energetic connection between the tailbone and the ground. Inhale, straighten the leg, come back up to center. We're going to change the position of the feet. Keep the arms up. And now, bend the left knee, lunge to the left as we look out over the fingers. Breathe and feel. And then inhale, come back up. Release the arms. It's one of those things where the guy was hitting himself in the head with a hammer and said, "Why are you doing that?" Because it feels so good when I stop. That's the shoulders there. Okay, let's come down onto the ground. Onto our backs with the knees bent. Let's see. Bring this back down.
I wonder why.
Okay, so knees are bent, heels close by the buttocks. And then we're going to reach the fingertips towards the back of the heels. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, begin to lift the tailbone as you press the middle back into the ground. So the pelvis begins to rise just a little bit away from the ground. And then exhale, relax the pelvis down. And then once again, inhale and lift. Exhale and lower. And go back and forth with this gentle movement where we focus on the lower spine and allow the movement to be sort of wave-like. As we lift, the action begins with the tailbone and slowly comes up with the spine. And then as we lower, moves down the vertebrae, then the sacrum, and then we press down through the tailbone. Matching your movement and your breath, feel how this helps to massage the spine against the ground. See if you can really coordinate the movement so each of the vertebrae are lifting and lowering independently. And then we'll press fully into the feet. And then bring the arms underneath the upper back. Once again, we interlace the fingers as we clasp the hands. And see if you can walk your shoulder blades underneath the body as we come into a bridge pose. Firming the buttocks, lifting through the hips. Press down lightly through the back of the head. Press down a lot through the back of the arms. And breathe. And then slowly rolling down. We separate the hands, spread the shoulders, and then lower down slowly from upper spine to lower spine. Lengthen the left leg, draw the right knee in. Interlacing the fingers around the shin, hug the knee inwards. Now begin to take some nice deep breaths, sending the inhalation all the way down into the right side of the abdomen so that as you breathe in, the belly expands outwards and even presses the thigh away a little bit. Inhaling, the knee draws in. Exhaling, the knee draws in. Inhaling, the belly expands against the thigh and the knee moves outwards a little ways. Take a nice deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to lift the torso and bring the nose up towards the knee. And take a few breaths in this position, engaging the abdominal muscles and pressing down through your lower back. Take a breath in, and then exhale, release back down. Now, we release hold of the knee, and we're gonna bring the right foot right down on the ground, right near the buttock. We press that foot down and lift the pelvis up. And then we're gonna shift the pelvis over to the right a little ways so that your right thigh contacts the, left inner thigh contacts the inside of the right ankle. And then place the right foot on top of the right thigh, left thigh, and then bring the arms out to the sides, reaching through the fingers, palms down. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, firm that left buttock and begin to pivot around the left hip, bringing the right knee over towards the left. You can place the left hand on the right knee as you turn your head to look right over the right arm, keeping the right shoulder on the ground and making little movements here, adjusting the placement of the knee, pressing a little bit further, or raising it up or sending it down a little bit, so that you get a nice release in the lower back if you haven't already. Now, inhale, come back up to center, and then we'll lengthen out through the right leg. Realign your body, your pelvis, your torso, your legs, all in a straight line. Now we'll bend the left knee up towards the left side of the chest as we wrap the hands around the shin and draw the knee inwards. Now tuck your chin a little bit, lengthening the back of the neck. Flex the left toes towards the head. And now breathe into the lower left side of the belly, breathing against your thigh. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, engage the abdomen, press down through the lower back as you reach your nose up towards your knee, and hold there for a few breaths. Feel the engagement of your abdominal muscles. And then slowly lower back down. We'll place the left foot right on the ground, right near the left buttock. Now press down to the left buttock, raising the pelvis up, and we're going to shift the hips over to the left so the inside of the right thigh is now against the inside of the left ankle. Then that left foot comes up on top of the right thigh, and the arms come out from the shoulders in a T position. Breathe in. And then breathe out. We begin to roll the left knee towards the right hand as the head turns to look out on the left arm. The right hand can come up to the left knee or thigh and apply just a little incentive or a little assistance to have that knee come across. You don't want it to be a forceful thing. And now once again, breathe into the lower back, the hips, the buttocks. And let the stretch really land for you, making slight adjustments so that it brings the stretch right where you need it. Left shoulder is heavy on the ground. Two more deep breaths. And then inhale, bring knee and head back up to center, and then release that left leg. Once again, align the pelvis, the torso, and the legs. And then reach your arms out along the ground overhead. Reach to the right fingers and the right heel. And then reach the left fingers and the left heel in opposite directions. And then both arms reaching up, both legs reaching down, nice long body. And then relax. Let the arms sweep down next to the sides of the body. As we come into position for our deep relaxation. So after all of our efforts, now we get to really receive the benefits. Breathe, relax, and let go. Soften the muscles of your face. Let your jaw relax. Let your shoulders and neck relax. Soften your throat. Allow your mouth to relax. See if you can let your tongue settle towards the back of your throat. Allow your heart to open as your chest expands. Relax your belly. And see if you can imagine your abdominal organs softening and settling more towards the back. Release your pelvis, hips, buttocks. Let your legs relax and be very, very heavy. Let your arms relax and be very, very heavy. And for the next few minutes, just following your breath and tuning in to the sounds of nature. Feel your body supported by the planet beneath us. Not just this beach, but all the earth below. And once again, see if you can dissolve the boundaries of the mind that make you think you're separate from nature. That make you think you're separate from the environment. beginning to bring your awareness back to your breath once again. Feel the rise and fall of the chest. And once again, bringing awareness into the body. And beginning to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Let your head roll a little bit from one side to the other. And then gradually, beginning to bend the knees, draw your knees up towards your chest. Wrapping the arms around your shins, hug your knees in, and thank your body. This most miraculous vehicle that you've been given to ride around in. Most amazing piece of organic technology you'll ever know. And then gradually, in whatever way you'd like, coming back up into a seated position. Once again, sitting with eyes closed, just take a little inventory of how you feel and what you feel right now. Hopefully your body is more relaxed. Your breath is flowing more easily. The activity of the mind has quieted down somewhat. All of that leading to a heightened ability to be present right now, right here. And a greater sense of connectivity to all that is. And then lastly, as a way of closing, I'll invite you to join me in toning the sacred sound of Om. Inhaling together. Om Shanti. Shanti, Shanti. Om peace. 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 May there be peace in your hearts, peace in your home, and peace everywhere in your lives. Namaste, y'all. And namaste to all my internet yogis and yoginis out there. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're watching this on YouTube, please click the subscribe button. Thanks. We'll be back again next week. Namaste, y'all.